We begin 1A North, sectional number 49 at Morgan Township. There are 6 teams. On Tuesday night, La Crosse will play Counts in the first game of the evening, followed by Washington Township and Whiting. On Friday night, the winner of the La Crosse Counts game will take on Morgan Township. And the number 1 ranked team in Single A, Bowman Academy, will play Washington Township Whiting winner. Sectional number 50, this one at Triton. 6 teams in this tournament. Game number 1 on Tuesday night, South Central Union Mills will play Marquette Catholic. And then the defending champs, Triton, ranked number 3, will take on Westville. On Friday night, game 1, Argus will play the South Central Marquette Catholic winner, followed by Oregon Davis and their matchup with the Triton and Westville winner. In sectional 51 at Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian, 8 teams. Game number 1, Tuesday night. Number 13, Lakewood Park Christian, taking on number 13, Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian. The second game of the night on Tuesday, Howe Military will play Elkhart Christian. On Wednesday night, game number 1 features Hamilton versus Fort Wayne Canterbury. The second game of the evening, we'll have Bethany Christian taking on Keystone. In sectional number 52 at West Central, game number 1 on Tuesday night, Caston will play South Newton. West Central will play North White in game number 2. On Friday night, the first game of the evening will feature Tri-County against the winner of the Caston-South Newton game. Game number 2 will be Pioneer taking on the West Central North White winner. Sectional 53 at Tri-Central, there are 5 teams. Tuesday night, number 7, Lafayette Central Catholic will play Tri-Central. Central Catholic beat Tri-Central 90-49 back on February the 14th. Friday night, game number 1 at sectional 53, Frontier will play Rossville. Clinton Prairie will follow and play the winner of the Lafayette Central Catholic Tri-Central game. In sectional number 54 at Southern Wells, there are 7 teams. Tuesday night, Westdale will play Cowan. The winner will play Southern Wells, ranked number 13, on Friday night. On Wednesday night, Liberty Christian will play Marion Lakeview Christian in game number 1, followed by the Daleville Whites matchup. Sectional number 55 at Monroe Central. Game number 1, well, this on Tuesday night. Randolph Southern will play Tri. Game 1 on Wednesday night. Union City will play Seton Catholic, followed by Union Modoc taking on Monroe Central. Monroe Central ranked number 8. They've defeated Union Modoc twice, 93-39 on December the 19th and 96-27 on January the 9th. And in sectional number 56 at North Vermilion. On Tuesday night, Rockville, ranked number 5, will play North Vermilion. Rockville beat North Vermilion 72-47 on January the 23rd. The second game of the night on Tuesday in sectional 56 will feature Covington and Turkey Run. Friday night, game 1, Attica will play the Rockville North Vermilion winner, and Riverton Park will play the Covington Turkey Run winner. Chris, 1A North, you have to start with a matchup of 2 ranked teams. This one coming in sectional number 51 at Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian. Lakewood Park Christian and Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian tied for 13th. It's a pretty good way to start.
Oh, absolutely. And when you look across 1A North and the 8 sectionals we just went across, this is probably the best first-round matchup. You mentioned both of these teams in the top 15 in 1A. Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian, they've won 6 straight sectional championships. You look at the record, 8-9 on the year. Don't let that deceive you, though, because of the very, very tough scheduling that they've done up there. They've got Russell Bird, who's going to go to Michigan State. He's a really tough player. Lakewood Park Christian also with a strong year, 11-7 on the season so far. They look like probably one of the other 2 or 3 teams to fend with there, but it looks like Fort Wayne Blackhawk, with their history and with their Division I talent, has a good start on things, and it'll be interesting how they come out of the top half of that bracket.
You know, there's some very interesting things. You look at Bowman Academy in sectional 49, they're ranked number 1. They're the only team in that sectional with a winning record. You go to sectional number 50, Triton, defending champs, ranked number 3. A lot of kids back from last year. South Central Union Mills, a team that has a winning record, as does Westville. As you talked about the matchup in sectional 51, I especially like sectional 53. You have Lafayette Central Catholic, Rossville tied for number 13 in the polls. These are two teams that know a lot about one another. You're looking at balance in these kinds of things. And if, in fact, and we say this, and I know it's as cliched as possible, but if the seeds hold, you possibly see they're bracketed opposite one another. Yeah. And sectional 53 is one of those situations, too, where you got a team like Frontiers comes in with a winning record.
I think on the whole, like we said, in 1A North, you're really bracketed out to see a lot of the top-tier matchups in those sectional semifinals and even sectional championship matches. To go back up north, you mentioned Bowman Academy. They're one of the 3 teams in the tournament for the first time this year. They are very, very strong and by all means have the talent and the ability to make it here to Conseco Fieldhouse in just a few weeks and have a chance to win a state championship in their first IHSAA state tournament. As you mentioned, the only team in that sectional, number 49, with a winning record. They'll open with the bye and then take on Washington Township, Whiting winner. I think the sectional number 50 at Triton is interesting. As we mentioned a few minutes ago, each of the last 2 years, the 1A state champion has come from this sectional. Triton is in the bottom half here. They're hosting. They're ranked number 3 right now, and the potential would be for a sectional championship matchup that they would go up against South Central Union Mills. Jake Kitchell is having an outstanding year. He's averaging over 20 points and almost 14 rebounds a game for South Central. So the potential of that sectional championship matchup, South Central and Triton, would be a very good one. Also, when you look sectional 53, you mentioned you like that one a lot. Right. I do too. I think there's some really interesting storylines here. Lafayette Central Catholic has just flat out been dominant in the postseason. They've won 7 straight sectionals, and in fact, 10 of the last 11 years they've been sectional champions. They're sitting in the bottom half. They open up with the host Tri-Central. Tri-Central, just one win to their name. The really good matchup here, I think, also is Frontier and Rossville, arguably the 2 other teams outside of Lafayette Central Catholic. And in the top half of that bracket, Frontier, Rossville is going to be a big one. And then Monroe Central and Rockville are teams I think you have to watch out for.
I don't think there's any question. I really like those 2 teams. I also think that in sectional 56, Rockville, Turkey Run sitting there with a pretty good run right now, 13-7. Possibly one of those types of situations that we thrive on, if you will, during tournament time.